Well, finally, you hear about fly fishing all the time when you live in Montana. Celebrities come here for it. It's a popular pastime for locals. And of course, a river runs through it starring Brad Pitt was shot just outside of Livingston. Still, many of us may be outsiders when it comes to the sport. So I found a local guide and decided to finally give it a try.
They're still in there. They're still looking at it. Sometimes it just takes more. There was one.
With me today is Aaron Lowen, Red Lodge native and fly fisherman for 15 years from East Rosebud Fly and Tackle. He's taking me down the West Fork to see if I can catch a fish.
Cool thing is you can see through this water because it's really clear. So just like finding the shallower spot, you can kind of move around in the water. This is why I like fishing the West Fork.
Yeah, what are you looking for in the river, the creek, wherever you're fishing to identify, where the fish could be?
So a place where the water is nice and calm, where fish can sit, but also has a constant supply of oxygen in the water and food source. So like behind that boulder is good because it pushes the water around, makes a calm spot for the fish to sit, and then just shoves food in front of the fish the entire time. And then try to flick it on the other side of your body, so that way it goes more upstream instead of across.
Okay.
That way you just get more time to have that fly in the water,
Ooh.
And just big loop.
Get a little bit more ambidextrous.
Just big loop, yep. And there's no wrong way to cast.
Just get it out there.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're starting out, you're gonna do a lot of funny looking things that are gonna help you get better in the long run.
Got too much risk.
Yeah, you see how you got this thing all the way out?
Yeah.
Keep it in tight and then just roll it over. Boom. Keep that rod tip up a little bit so it keeps that line. You see how that yellow line when it sits can cause it to pull the fly out of the way?
Yeah.
So that's one thing you want to be careful of. Yep, and you're just gonna go right through that middle riffle for now.
It really does feel, once you keep that kind of tight, and the simpler the better. I think when you come out here, I'm thinking that I'm gonna be winding back and, chucking my arm back, chucking my arm forward.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling it out there. And if this thing ever just like darts down, because I put a second fly on the bottom now, that means there's a fish on it. So you can see, I have this guy which kind of represents like a beetle or something big that'd be around the banks, or like a big black fly, horsefly.
Where is this to you, in terms of part of being Montana culture?
What's our largest economic industry, tourism in Montana.
Yeah.
Fly fishing is a big part of that in the summer. And so you just see it everywhere. It's a mainstay.
Except when you keep hooking yourself like I do.
Everyone does it.
Gonna need some new shorts after this. We're not catching anything, man.
Not yet. I've had more days where I don't catch fish than days where I have.
With the hot temperatures we are seeing across the state right now, Lowen says it's important to follow your local hoot owl restrictions and not fish waters when they're too warm to help protect the fish population.
If we want to keep catching fish and we want to have a healthy population of fish, the only way to do that is by following those, making sure that we're not killing fish by fishing in water that's too warm. So it's a really good idea to grab a thermometer, make sure your water temps are below 65 degrees.
And thanks to Aaron's guidance, after an hour spent in the West Fork, and of course multiple snags along the way, I did manage to catch my first fish.
Flies out, fish is here. We just got a little like 10-inch little brook trout here. But with how warm the water is, we don't want to handle them too long. So, plop them in. Boop. Beautiful colors, yeah. And then away it goes. Nice work.
Perhaps I, like many others, are now haunted by the waters. Thank you to Aaron and East Rosebud Fly and Tackle for taking me on that little adventure to the West Fork.